So I wasn't planning on talking about Social Security today. However, I've been getting a lot of questions from people asking, what is the recent update on Social Security? Well, we've actually heard of a few different updates just today. One is actually regarding the full retirement age and how this is actually creating a problem because some Republicans want to increase the full retirement age from age 67 up to age 70. I'm going to explain why this is a major problem moving forward. Also, I want to touch on this bank run that we've seen just today. Well, also, we've seen it more recently, but today was a big one when it came to SVB, which is the Silicon Valley Bank. They actually got shut down. Regulators shut them down, and you can't pull money out of that bank potentially until maybe Monday. So I want to touch on this and how this is going to impact Social Security as well. All right, so let's get right down to it. First off, the question that I got is, why is the full retirement age a problem? Here's the first thing you need to understand. The first thing is that Republicans want to increase the full retirement age from age 67 up to age 70. Now, this is not all Republicans, but a decent amount. Again, it's not even the majority. The reason why they want to do this is because that is the cut that they could potentially make. By raising the full retirement age, what this does, it actually it eliminates a lot of the early benefits, right? And so people would have to work a little bit more, which means they are putting more money into the system, and then they can go in and potentially claim their benefits. However, the leading argument behind this for raising the full retirement age for Social Security recipients is the fact that the American people are living longer. And yes, that's a fact. It's not an opinion. Now, over the short term, yes, we're actually living not as long by I think 0.4 years, or 0.4 of a year. But again, what we know is that the American people mostly are living longer. Here's the problem. Just because somebody lives longer doesn't mean that they can work longer. And the truth of the matter is that the American people are much less productive at an older age now than they were or we were 20 years ago or even 50 years ago. 20 years ago, we were still working. Now I say we, I'm in my mid 30s. So, I was like 16 years old, 20 years ago. So for me to come out and say this again, this is part of the problem. You got the older generation running Congress, right? You got people that are 80 years old, mid 70s, right? There's not many people. Well, again, there's not a lot of young people in Congress. So they should understand that at an older age, you are much less productive. You can't work as long. You can't work as hard. There's certain jobs you just can't do. Well, according to health experts, they say also due to technology, we're not able to work as many years because the amount of time we stare at a screen, the amount of time we spend sitting down, and the wear and tear we are putting on our bodies as a result of excessive weight. That is what they're telling us. So for people to come out and say that the reason why we should raise the full retirement age from 67 up to 70 is because we're living longer, that's 3 years. When essentially we're not living as long by, I believe, 0.4 of a year. Okay? That's a problem. So this argument that this is why we should raise the full retirement age, it actually doesn't. There's no way to justify this because that's not true. Okay? Now, here's what I can tell you. This is the stuff that's going on right now is causing a major issue amongst lawmakers. The fact of the matter is this: a recession is possible here in the United States, and a recession is going to greatly impact Social Security moving forward. Here's one of the things that we heard today, that during the 2020 virus, we saw millions of Americans go and take Social Security benefits a little bit early. This is all due to businesses shutting down, right? People didn't want to go and get sick. I get it. Well, experts now believe that a recession is more than possible here in the United States. It will happen sometime very soon, and it's only going to push more people to take benefits before the full retirement age. Again, currently age 67. Now, I get this a lot. What are the odds of the U.S. dipping into recession? Well, the odds are, pretty good. that we are going to dip into recession. Again, that's not a great thing. But the odds could spike if we see the banking industry fail. Because today we saw Silicon Valley Bank experience a bank run. Now, we've also seen many other smaller banks experience the exact same thing. And if the American people pull their money out of the banks because they just can't trust them and they decide to take their money and run, once this happens, the banks will have no other option than to sell their assets in order to cover the withdrawals. That's what they have to do. And if this happens enough, the entire financial industry will collapse, leading to another bank bailout from the U.S. federal government. We even heard this today. I believe it was, I can't remember who it was, today was saying that the federal government needs to come out and they need to bail out this bank. This is the 15th largest bank here in the United States. That's a problem. When the 15th largest bank is going through this financial crisis, guess what? If they shut down, which they have for the weekend, and they will open up again on Monday, hopefully they have money to give to their customers, because if not, their customers are going to be furious. And this is going to cause more people to go to other banks, Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, Citigroup. They're going to go to all these other banks and start pulling their money because they will not be able to trust the banking system. Again, how does this impact Social Security? Well, if we see a recession, if we see a financial crisis, this is going to pretty much collapse the U.S. economy. When this happens, we're going to see more people go on or pretty much lose their jobs. Businesses are going to shut down. Guess what happens when a business shuts down? All the people that are working for that business are now not paying any money into Social Security. Nothing. So you think Social Security is tight now? Guess what's going to happen? According to experts, we could see, and again, this is just coming out today, we could see that the Social Security Administration, the Social Security Trust Fund, would become insolvent 3 to 4 years early if this were to happen. So forget 2033, which is in 10 years. We could see the Social Security Trust Fund become insolvent in the next 7 years. Yeah. So guess what? If the U.S. government is really worried about potentially bailing out another bank, guess what this means? The U.S. government doesn't have money, first off. So another bailout would mean Social Security will get a backseat once again. And remember, 2023 was supposed to be the year of Social Security. My guess is if we continue to see these issues that we've seen over the past week, 2023 will not be the year of Social Security. 2023 would be a very similar year to 2008. And that's not what we want. So do two things. First off, hit that like button. Also, click that subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that is going on. But that's what we know as of right now. As soon as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all latest news and updates. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.